Greetings everyone, Mr. Wiseman speaking. I'm going to continue with geometry of straight lines. Now let's dive into the video to understand all about geometry of straight line. Now when it comes to geometry of straight line, in our previous video we did our terminologies. So now we are focusing now on everything that involves geometry of a straight line. Now the first thing you have to understand is corresponding angles. Now when we're dealing with corresponding angles, correspond corresponding angles occurs when a transversal line crosses two parallel lines. Remember that in our previous video we said that parallel lines are lines that they come close to each other but they will never meet. Now, the pairs of angles formed on the same side of the transversal are the same size, meaning that if we have two parallel lines, then therefore we have to, when we're dealing with corresponding angles, we make a F shape. We make a F shape. Now this F shape here tells us that this is the same as that. So the angle W is the same as this angle, the same as here. If we make an F shape, and the lines are parallel to each other, make a F shape, that is showing us that this X here will be the same as that X. So when you're dealing with corresponding, you deal with a F shape. Now this is an example. So we have this and then we're looking for A and B. Remember, since these lines here, they are parallel to each other, since that line there, they are parallel to each other, we can make a upside down F. When we make a upside down F, we are showing that this 70 is the same as this B. So B is 70 degrees, while A will be 110 degrees. Same with here. So we're making an upside down F. Since we're making an upside down F, therefore it's showing us that this C is the same as that angle 85. Now the next one is called co-interior angles. Now when it comes to co-interior angles, co-interior angles occurs in between two parallel lines when they are intersect by a transversal, meaning that when we're dealing with co-interior, the shape that we deal with is a U shape, showing us that this angle H plus this angle G, when you add them together, it must give you 180 degrees. It must give you 180 degrees. So co-interior angle, we deal with you can either say a C shape or a U shape. That is for co-interior. An example is this. So we have line 1 parallel to line 2. So since line 1 is parallel to line 2, therefore we can conclude that to find X, we have to make our U shape. So 40 plus X equals to 180. Now remember, since this is now geometry, you must always have a reason. So co-interior, but you don't spell interior, you just say INT, and then you say which line are parallel. So line 1 is parallel to line 2. Then after that you solve for X. We get our value of X as 140. Now once you're done with that, the last one is alternate angles. Alternate angles are angles that occur on opposite side of the transversal line and are the same size, meaning that when we have two lines that are parallel to each other, we make a Z or N shape. a Z or N shape. Therefore, that angle A is the same as that angle A. So for alternate angle, it's a Z shape. There's an example. Okay, so we're looking for X. Okay, now since we have two lines that are parallel to each other, we can make a Z shape. Okay, since we can make a Z shape, therefore X will be the same as 40, which will be alternate angles, and then you say which two lines are parallel to each other. Now for this one, it's second street is parallel to the first street. Okay, now the our final words. Okay, in our final things for geometry of straight line, we have these kind of words. Okay, because sometimes they might ask you for these words here, but if you do not know what this word is for, you won't understand how to solve it. When you're dealing with complementary angles, okay, now complementary angles are angles that when we have A, okay, angle A plus angle B, when you add both of them, must give you 90 degrees. Okay, must give you 90 degrees. Let's say if this we had A as 40, so we know that B, okay, we know that. So if A was 40, so B now will be 90 minus 40, okay, to find B. So therefore the angle B equals to 50. Okay, equals to 50. Now, when you're dealing with supplementary angles, okay, supplementary angles are when you have angle A plus angle B, it adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, adds up to 180 degrees. So meaning that if A was 90, B will be also 90, because 90 plus 90 equals to 180. Complementary, it's 90. Supplementary, it's 180. Now when you're dealing with vertical opposites, from vertical opposites, it shows that if this angle here is 40, now the line that is vertical opposite it will be also 40. That's all for today. Now that you have the knowledge that you require, it is time to go and shock your teacher. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe in this video. Thank you. See you in our next video.